So just standing at the end of your mat. Probably better to start at the end of your mat, but I'll place you to start with today. Feet in parallel, relaxing your shoulders, breathing out. We'll start with some roll downs, big breath in. Exhale, leading with the head, shoulders, one level of your spine to this one, upper body drawing yourself forward, softening the knees, big breath in, and exhale, rolling up, drawing that tailbone towards the floor, and restacking the spine just one segment at a time. Again, inhale, exhale, leading with the head and the shoulders. The weight of your upper body drawing you forward, softening the knees, big breath in, and exhale. Beautiful. Restacking the spine. We're going to do 2 more of these just in your own time. Inhale. Exhale, releasing that tension. Letting all the air out of your lungs, hanging over your legs, softening the knees, inhale and exhale, rolling back up, drawing that tailbone to the floor. We've got one more. Inhale, exhale, rolling down over your legs. We're going to stay down this time. So hanging over your legs and just softening both knees. Take your left hand to your right ankle, straighten the right knee, and reaching up to the ceiling. It's getting a nice thoracic rotation there. So the leg that you are touching is straight, getting a nice stretch down the back of that leg too. Then releasing that side, taking your other hand to the opposite ankle, straightening the leg that you're holding onto, and reaching up to the ceiling. Breathing through this. Softening your knee, hanging over your legs. Inhale and exhale to roll back up. Through the spine. Beautiful. We're going to do one more roll down in your own time. You keep going as you are. I'm going to come to the end of my mat. Inhale. Exhale, roll down through the spine. This time I'm going to walk those hands forward to our downward dog position. So making an A shape, pressing your heels to the floor, chest through to the floor. Feeling that stretch down the back of the calves, the legs, upper back, shoulders. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale, lower your knees down to the floor. Beautiful. So we're now in our quadruped position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and tummy drawn into the spine. Try not to collapse through your shoulder blades. Imagine you're balancing a cup of water between your shoulder blades, nice and stable. Cat and cow, inhale, looking up to the ceiling. And exhale, looking to your belly button, separating your shoulder blades. Inhale, looking up to the ceiling. So just in your own time, using your breath, trying to get that spine to go as far as you can in each direction. Nice one to take your time on here. Warming up that spine. Exhale, look into your belly button. And one more. Inhale, looking up to the ceiling. And exhale, let's come back to our neutral spine. So finding that midpoint between the two positions. For our bird dog here, or our Superman, inhale, exhale, we extend opposite arm to leg, reaching long. Thinking of length rather than height through that leg. being pulled in opposite directions. Inhale, we draw them both in. And exhale, we transition over to the other side. Reaching long, tummy drawn in. And inhale, draw it in. Exhale. So we're still thinking about that stability through the pelvis and the upper back here. So still imagine that cup of water balancing between your shoulder blades or even on your lower back. Try not to tip it out. You want to keep your spine nice and stable. And that belly button still drawn into the spine here. Got nice length through the back of the neck and the back of the knee as it's extending. Good. On the next one, let's hold it extended, tummy drawn in, and we're just going to repeat on this one side. So we draw the hand towards the knee, and then we extend it long. And then hand towards the knee, extend it long. 4 more on this side, do it up. And 4. And 3. And 2. Well done, guys. And 1. And bringing that hand and knee back in, we've got the other side. Extending, second side, tummy drawn in. We draw the hand towards the knee and we reach along. Repeat that side. 4 more here. And 4. Keep breathing. And 3. And 2. And 1. And bringing that hand and knee back to the floor. Let's take your knees apart. Rock back to child's pose, pressing the chest through to the floor. And let's come back up to all fours. And then this time, let's tuck our toes under. Coming really drawn in for this one. We're going to come up to our quadruped, loading the wrists a little bit more now. So inhale, exhale. Lifting the knees just off the floor, just hovering off the floor. Knees are lifted. Breathing and lowering back down. Let's keep repeating that. Inhale, use that exhale to lift. Hover there. And lower, keep going. If that's too strong on your wrists, feel free to come onto your forearms and lift. That's fine as well. And lower. Keep going. And lift. Tummy drawn in, long neck. Looking just above your fingertips. Down to the mat. And lift. And lower. We've got 3 more here. Bring that heart rate up a little bit more now. And lower. And lift. And lower. We've got just 1 more. And lift. And lower. Beautiful work. Good. Now let's all come onto our forearms now. You might already be there, that's fine. We're almost done here on our knees. And let's just take one knee up to 90 degrees to the ceiling. Both hip bones square to the floor. So try not to lift your hip. Hip bones square, knee lifted, tummy drawn in. We just pulse up to the ceiling and lift that heel, pulsing to the ceiling, getting into our glute maximus here. Our big glute muscles, or bottom muscles. And breathing. Keep pulsing and pulsing for 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, hold it there. Keep the hips to the floor. We just turn the knee out towards the side, like a dog lifting its leg, but hips square to the floor. Inhale, knee to the floor. Exhale to the side. Inhale down. Exhale. 3 more breaths. and 3, almost there, and 2, and 1. Bring that knee in and rock back to child's pose. Well done. Let's set up for our second side. So on our forearms, tummy joining tight. Lifting the second leg up to 90 degrees. Heel pointing to the ceiling, toe flex. So we just pulse and pulse. Both hip bones square to the floor. And lift, and join in. Lift, lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it there. Keep those hip bones square. We just turn the knee out to the side and back to the floor. And side, back to the floor. Keep breathing. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last one. And you can bring that knee back in. Lucky last, rock back to child's pose. And releasing that stretch. Good work. Now facing me, let's take our legs around to one side, and we've got our mermaid sit here. Trying to keep both hip bones square to the floor, so you're not lifting your hip. If you can possibly help it, try and keep it down as much as possible. Arms to the side. Up tall, inhale, exhale. We're going to lean over towards your knees, towards your front knee, not your foot. And then inhale, release back, up and over. Exhale. Reaching long through that side. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And really well. Trying to reach that a little bit further each time. Feel that length down your side. Sit bone weighted towards the floor. And your hand being pulled in the opposite direction. And release. We've got 2 more here. And release. And 1 more. And release. Let's take it up and over to the other side, towards your feet now. It is much harder to reach this side, that's completely normal. Breathing through that stretch. And release the stretch. Beautiful. Taking your feet out in front of you. Keep facing as you are. I'm going to go side onto the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Holding onto the back of your knees, sitting up nice and tall, flat back, straight back, assisted curl back. So inhale, you're going to C-curve that tailbone under. Keep holding the knees, tuck the tailbone under, reaching back as far as you can. You've still got those knees. Keep your feet on the floor. You're hollowing out your tummy here, nice C-curve through the pelvis. And then inhale, we restack the spine and take it back up to a straight back. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under first. So sink through the lower back. Then rock back to straight arms. Take it to your challenge zone. And then inhale, restack the spine. Lift. And exhale. So keep going. You have the option to keep holding your legs, but if it's available, you can let go and take it a little bit lower to your challenge zone. And then use those abdominals even more to lift up. And exhale, tuck that tailbone under, lean back. And lift. And rock back. And lift. And rock back. We're going to do 2 more here. And lift. And 2. A little bit lower. we've got one more. Rocking back, we're going to hold this one back. Remember, you can keep holding your knees if you need, but let's pulse and pulse. Keep breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it low. We rotate side and side, getting the obliques involved for 4, 3, 2, last one, back to the center, and reset the spine coming up. Well done. You can hug your knees in. Good work. Now, stay facing as you are. You should still be facing me. I'm going to turn back around to face you guys. So we just did mermaid with your legs around to, well, my legs were to the right side. I'm going to take my legs to the left side. Make sure you're not working the same side twice. So you're swinging your legs around to the opposite side. Arms out to the side, keeping that hip bone down. Inhale, exhale, up and over, reaching long. Tailbone weighted to the floor. Hand reaching for the side wall, and inhale, lift. Exhale. And inhale. Really using your breath, guys. Good time to get rid of that tension in the neck, shoulders, and the body. Just feel that stretch through the side. Got 2 more here. And 2. And 1. Hold it there, really reach. Inhale, let's take it up to the other side. And reaching long. Reach and release. Well done. Let's take those legs back out in front again. We're going to do a roll down. We're going to place the legs out straight in front, sitting up tall. Stay as you are. Once again, I'm going to come sideways so you can see what I'm doing through my spine. So your legs should be long ways along your mat. Inhale. Let's tuck that tailbone under. We want to keep the heels on the floor the whole time. We're going to place one level of the spine on the mat at a time with control and controlling all the way down. Hands over your head. Well done. Hands by your side. Bending your knees. Arms just resting lightly as if on eggshells. And if you imagine you've got a zip from your pubic bone to your belly button, you want to keep that zipped up. So we're not flattening the back, we're not arching the back. We're just in a nice neutral middle spine position with that zip at the front engaged so your abdominals are nice and engaged here. Tailbone tuck. Let's get those lower abdominals warming up. So inhale, exhale, lift the tailbone, but your lower back stays on the floor. Then inhale to lower. And exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. So just in your own time. Doing well. Try not to curl through your toes or claw through your toes. Relax your feet. Stretching those toes out long. And relax through your arms, so just lightly by your side. Relax through your shoulders. Using those lower abdominals, and you start to feel your glutes and hammies starting to engage here a little on this as well. And 3 more. And 2. Really well, guys. And 1. And lowering that tailbone. Now, we are going to grab your weights now. If you don't have weights, that's fine. If you do grab them, or your 2 cans, whatever it is you have there, that's fine. Arms straight up to the ceiling. We're going to take a full bridge. So inhale, exhale. We start with that tailbone tuck. We peel the spine up one segment at a time up to your shoulder blades or bra level. Inhale at the top and exhale. We place one segment of the spine down at a time, so it's not one big rod just going up and down as one segment. Inhale at the bottom, exhale to start with the tailbone. You've got individual segments going up off the floor. Keeping those ribs closed at the top, try not to stick your ribs out. Engage the abdominals at the top of that movement. Inhale and exhale, rolling down. Good, so let's do 3 more just like this. Keeping those knees over your heels, in line with your hips. Inhale at the top, exhale, rolling down. Elbows nice and straight to the ceiling. Focusing on your breath. We've got just one more, and we're going to hold the bridge lifted. Hold the bridge, lift and hold. We just pulse the hips and lift and lift and lift. For 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it lifted. Hold that bridge. Just the arms now. So imagine you've got a heavy bar, and you're going to press that bar up to the ceiling. We're going to bend the elbows to 90 degrees, but they hover just off the ground. Don't touch the ground, and then we press the bar. Exhale. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. You do have the option to lower your hips at any time if it starts getting a bit too strong down the back of the legs, or if you're cramping in your hammies. Feel free to lower the hips and just keep the arms going. 4 more, just breathe. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Hold the arms to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. We roll down through the spine. We work, keeping the arms where they are. Inhale, exhale, just a single leg extension, reaching long. Inhale, place that foot down. And exhale to the other side, just alternating the legs. Imagining you've got that cup of water balancing on your pelvis here, or just below your belly button. You don't want to tip it out. The hips are nice and stable. And if it's available, let's start adding the arms. So the opposite arm to the leg that is extending extends over your head. Inhale, we draw it all in. And exhale to the other side. So you're reaching in opposite directions. If you have any shoulder issues and it's just a bit uncomfortable to take your arms over your head, feel free to reach down instead with the opposite arm towards your foot. So completely up to you. If it's available, reaching up over your head. Inhale, draw it in. Now you have the option to do exactly what we're doing. If you want to progress this one a little bit further, let's take it to tabletop. So engage the abdominals at the front, one leg up. Make sure you're engaged, not arching the back, lifting the second leg. We'll take that single leg extension and the arm, and exactly the same motion, but just from tabletop. Doing well, well done guys. Let's do 4 more, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Drawing that leg and arm in, just hugging your knees to your chest. Small circles one way with your tailbone, and back the other way. And well done. Let's float those legs back up to tabletop again. If you prefer to keep them on the floor, that's completely fine. arms back to the ceiling. We're going to do some toe taps, down and up, down and up. So keep going with that. Exhale to tap down, inhale to lift. If you're working from the floor and you want to keep your feet down, it's just the reverse. So lifting up and then inhale to lower, exhale to lift. So choose your challenge zone and working from there. I'm going to take the toe taps down. And as we do those toe taps, only if it's available, let's get that chest press happening again. So as the toe taps down, we bend those elbows to 90 degrees, then we punch them up to the ceiling. Then we tap and lift. Well done. Tap and lift. You're not arching the back. And tap and lift. And tap and lift. Good work. Let's do 4 more. And 4. And lift, and 3, and lift, and 2, last one, and lift, and you can hug those knees in. Well done. Good work. So let's place your feet down. We'll place the weights down. Now grab your TheraBand, or if you didn't have a band, grab your belt. And if you don't have either of those, you can do this without either of those. It will be harder, but you do have the option to do a single leg, so I will explain. So if you've got the band or the belt, place both your feet into the band. If you don't have those, extend both your legs to the ceiling, elbows locked into the side. Inhale, that tummy, the zip from your pubic bone to your belly button is zipped up. We don't want to arch the back. Exhale, we lower both legs to about 45, or to your challenge zone, to that point where you can still control your pelvis. You're not arching the back. Inhale, lift back up to the ceiling. Exhale, lower. If you're starting to arch your back, you've gone too far. So you might want to work just within a smaller range, not taking the legs as low. By all means, if you've got a band and you want to challenge this a bit more without the band, feel free to get rid of the band. If you don't have a band or a belt and it's too strong with double legs, feel free to just do a single leg lower, and that is fine as well. Just do this one with one leg instead. Doing well, we've got 5 more here. Trying to take the legs just a little bit lower each time without arching the back. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Taking the legs straight up to the ceiling. If you were doing single leg, switch over to the other side now and continue doing the same on the single leg. If you've got both legs lifted, let's do our corkscrew. So inhale, exhale. Both feet come over to the side, they circle down and around, and inhale, lift back up to the ceiling. Exhale, down and around. Inhale to lift back to the ceiling. So it's up to you how big you make those circles. Once again, trying to keep the pelvis as stable as possible. So if it's rocking side to side and you're not controlling through the pelvis, just make those circles a little bit smaller. And we've got 2 more. If you're on that single leg, just finishing up with 1 more. And finishing with your legs up to the ceiling. We're going to lower both legs straight to the floor. So we want both legs with control, without arching your back, to slowly lower, with control, till those heels are resting on the ground. straightening these arms out. So without a band, legs out straight as well. We're going to do some little curl ups. Inhale. Exhale, draw the chin towards the chest, keeping a small space the size of a small apple. Lifting the shoulder blades, reaching for your feet, keep your heels on the ground, and then inhale, we lower back to the floor. Exhale, lift, reach, and inhale to lower. Exhale. Good work. And have the option to keep doing exactly what we're doing and just stick with the chest lift, or take this to a full roll up. Now some of you might have a band to help you with the roll up, some of you might not. If it's too strong to do a full roll up, stick with what we're doing, with or without the band. Otherwise, on the next one, let's take it to a full roll up. So inhale, exhale. Rolling all the way up, one level of your spine at a time, hanging or reaching over your legs. Inhale, exhale, tuck that tailbone under, that articulation through the spine again, that we did before with our C curve. Rolling all the way down, deep breath in to prepare. Exhale. And rolling up, reaching over your legs, getting a nice stretch. Inhale. Exhale, tucking that tailbone under, rolling down through the spine. Keep going exactly as you are. I'm just going to demonstrate without the band in case you don't have the band. You might find the arms give you a bit of help, taking your arms over your head. Inhale, exhale, lead your hips, head, shoulders much harder. Reaching over your toes. Inhale and exhale, rolling down through the spine. And arms over. Again, inhale, exhale, reaching forward. And we've got one more to rock back. Inhale and exhale to roll back with control. And release. Well done. Let's take a hamstring stretch. With or without your band, you can just take your legs straight up to the ceiling, flexing your toes to your face, holding your leg. If you've got a belt or a band, feel free to use that as well. Let's keep the knee bent for this one. The other knee bent, that is, the leg we're not stretching. Leg we're stretching nice and straight, toes flexed to your face, breathing and relaxing into that stretch. Always best to relax into a stretch rather than force it. Then letting your bent knee fall outwards, let's let that leg work as an anchor as we take the straight leg out to the side. So we're just going to be stretching the inside thigh on that side. Just breathing. Well done. Drawing those legs back to the ceiling. And let's change over to the other side. So hamstring stretch first. Keeping the other knee bent. Flexing your toes to your face. Breathe. Relax into that stretch. Keep breathing, relaxing into the stretch. Let that bent knee fall out to the side and the opposite leg fall out to the other side. Just getting an inside thigh stretch. And release. And bending that knee in. Now, if you've got a band, let's tie it around your knees. Knees together, tying a bow or a knot. With the knees together. If you don't have a band, that's fine. You can do all the rest of the parts without it. If you've got a belt, probably best just to put the belt to the side. Maybe for the next one, we're going to do some planks. And rolling onto your side, facing me, letting your head rest on your forearm. Imagine I can slide a piece of paper under your waist so your waist is engaged, hips and knees bent to 45 degrees, top hand on your hip. Inhale, exhale, just lift the top knee, and inhale to lower. By all means, if it's too strong with the bend around your knees, feel free to just take that off. That is fine. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. And inhale. Really well. Okay, feeling that top hip, feeling a bit of warmth there. It's doing a bit of work. Got 5 more. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1 more. Good work. Rest that knee down. Taking your hands to your temples for our book opening for our thoracic spine. Keep the knees stacked so they don't move. Inhale. Exhale. We open the chest. Knees stacked. Head resting on the floor or on your underneath hand. Inhale. Drawing those elbows back towards each other. And exhale to open. Inhale to close. Exhale. Really well. Inhale. We're going to do just one more here. Let's hold that chest open and just breathe. Relax into that stretch. I'm going to press that open elbow down towards the floor. Both elbows towards the floor. Breathe. And bringing those elbows back together. Beautiful. Rolling onto your tummy. We'll just keep the band around your knees. If you have that there. Rolling onto your tummy. Let's take your hands just in front of your shoulders or above your shoulders. Forearms on the floor. And your forehead resting on the floor. Now imagine you've got a little P in front of your nose. We're going to push that P with your nose. So inhale, exhale. Just roll that P forward with your nose, leading with your nose and lifting your forehead. Your chest to your shoulders, pushing up to straight arms, cobra. Inhale at the top and exhale. And roll down in reverse, 1 second of your spine at a time. And then rolling with your nose, roll that P back in, forehead on the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Roll that P forward. Now, if you need to just come up to your forearms, if that's far enough, that's fine. Especially if you're lifting your shoulders. We want to keep the shoulders down for this. So, if you find it with straight arms, you're lifting your shoulders, maybe just come up to your forearms, that's fine. Inhale. Exhale. Rolling down one leg at a time. And rolling that P back in with your nose. You've got 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Roll that P forward. Rolling it to straight arms if you can, or forearms, shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Extend. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale, exhale. Lifting, let's hold it here just a bit longer. Shoulders drawn down the back. Deep breath in. And exhale, rolling down. Good work. Let's go clams on the other side. So you can roll onto your other side. So I don't turn my back to you, I'm going to change ends of the mat. So it's completely up to you. If you prefer to face me, just change ends of the mat. That's fine. But make sure you're not doing clams on the same side again. Imagine you can slide that piece of paper under your waist. Top hand on your hip, head resting on your forearm. Inhale, exhale, we lift. And inhale to lower. So both hips stay stacked. Top hip stay stacked above the underneath hip. You're not rocking backwards. Imagine you've got that wall behind your back. And you're not allowed to roll backwards. The wall is stopping you. So that might mean you're not taking the knees high. That's completely fine. And relaxing your head. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And 1. And release. Grab hook openings. Hands either side of your temples, and we're keeping your head resting down. Inhale. Exhale. We open the chest. Keeping the knees stacked. And inhale. Drawing those elbows back towards each other. Exhale to open. Knees stay stacked. That top knee wants to slide back. Try not to let it. Inhale. 3 more here. And 2. And we've got 1 more just to hold that chest open, trying to press both elbows to the floor if you can. Bring a stretch at the front of that shoulder through the thoracic spine. And drawing those elbows back towards each other. Well done. Let's come onto all fours so we can come up to standing. Tucking your, well actually before we come up to standing, perhaps let's take that TheraBand off our knees. You don't have to, but save you having to worry about it later. Let's tuck those toes under, rock back onto your feet. Rolling up through the spine, drawing that tailbone towards the floor, restack the spine. Now I've got 2 more roll downs here to finish. Inhale. Exhale, leading with the head, shoulders, one level of your spine at a time. Upper body is nice and heavy, let it go. Head and neck is nice and heavy. Soften the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Rolling up. Articulating through that spine. No hurry. Keep going. You've got 1 more in your own time. I'm going to turn to face you. Inhale. Exhale. Rolling down through the spine. Soften those knees. Inhale and exhale to roll up. And well done. Well done, guys. Let's finish with 2 big breaths. We're going to reach for the ceiling. Inhale, reaching as high as you can for the ceiling. And exhale. 1 more deep breath. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Well done, guys. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope to see you again in the next classes or the classes with the other instructors. Feel free to comment in the box on the side in your little comment box if you have any questions. I'll leave the video on just for a little bit longer so you can comment, but otherwise have a great day and thank you again.